Hey, it's Bad Cave Comics on another road trip. I'm heading down to Fort Myers to the Southwest FLORIDACON. I've never been there, so we're going to drive down and check it out. Just arrived. It is here at the DoubleTree. So let's go in and see what's going on.
Good to go. Appreciate it.
And I signed it for one day. I think the other day was doing like mostly, what's the word I'm looking for? Full of goodies. The Q&A's and stuff.
Thank you.
There's the stage.
There's the stage. There's Billy.
Yeah, I think they really did do a quick upgrade.
That one was here before. Yeah, no, I wasn't.
Yeah, the negative barrel was a little more.
Seriously, I was talking about it's going to be $5 in total, and then it's done. I was doing all 4 books. You know, it was in like a paperback for 80 instead of 100, which is a decent package. So I'll probably do something like all 5 of them.
How you doing?
How's it going?
All right. Not too crowded yet. All right, back at the house from the Southwest FLORIDACON. Had some mixed reviews about it, and mainly because the price of admission. It was $20. I did pick up a stack of books. I would say roughly 50. I thought I did pretty good. I'll let you guys determine that. I will tell you it was about an hour and a half away. $20 admission. When I broke it down, it was about $1.80 a book. When you add the admission, it came out to about $2.20 a book. I'll show you my haul, and you can let me know if I should have skipped or if it was a good idea to make the trip. So let's get into some books. The first one by Charlton, Hercules #1. Happy to find this. Solid book. These are hard to find anymore. I don't know about hard to find, but kind of not real common anymore. It's got some staining. It's probably in a very good condition, but there's no creasing or anything on this book. So I was happy to find that. Wolverine 67, a Mark Texteria cover. Super nice condition. It's got one little spine tick on it, but for a newsstand, it's actually not too bad. Evil Ernie, Pieces of Me #1. I picked this up because I just thought it was a cool title. Evil Ernie, Pieces of Me. Might be something I read too. Superman 712 with crypto on the cover. It's always a good idea to pick books up with crypto on it, seeing he's hot at the moment, or was hot. Maybe he's not anymore. I don't know. I just saw it. I grabbed it. Next one is first cameo of Natasha Irons as Steel and the first cover appearance of Tracy 13. Found that in a newsstand. Does have some spine ticks, but I don't run into this book a ton where I've been hunting. So when I saw it, I had to pick it up. It was hot for a little bit. I think it still goes for $5-10, somewhere in that area. Definitely on the top of my favorite artists. David Finch, Moon Knight #5. I believe this is volume 5. A series I want to complete with all the David Finch covers. His artwork, no matter what he does, is outstanding. Daredevil 32 variant. This is actually a 1 in 20. I didn't know it. Got home, was doing a little research on it, and this is a Luke Ross 1 in 20 variant. Thought that was a pretty sharp cover, so I picked that up. Doomsday +1, number 7, another Charlton pickup. I'm going to grab these Charltons. Anytime I see them, I'm grabbing them. Now, a book I've had in my collection for years, but my copy was destroyed. Found this, grabbed it, love the cover, love the Bronze Age. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me. Also a series I want to complete. So I found number 8 and number 11. I think number 8 is the first appearance of Mankiller, if I'm not mistaken. Nice high-grade copy of Defenders number 48. Now this one's pretty interesting. Let me open this thing up. For all you first appearance conspiracy theories or controversial collectors out there, and I'm not sure if this is in any other books either, but that looks like Godzilla to me. And this came out in June, I believe, a couple months before Godzilla number 1. Is that the first appearance of Godzilla? I don't know. Godzilla number 1 is the first appearance of Godzilla to me. I kind of go with what the creators intended. Having trouble talking today. Batman 361, first cover appearance of Jason Todd. Happy to find this. Uncanny X-Men 248, first Jim Lee. I have 3, something like that, of the first printing. This was the second printing. That's why I grabbed that. I always grab them second printings. Back in the, I'd say, early 90s, most of the second printings had the same cover, but the background was gold. Most of them, anyway. Edge of Venomverse number 3. This is a Francisco Martina cover. Love this cover. I grab this book every time I see it. It's one of them covers I have to pick up. I see it, I can't leave it behind. I have to get it. Francisco Martina is on the top echelon of my favorite artists. I have 2 of these. One signed by him I had done, I think, 2 years ago. But this is the second printing. You could tell by the blue trade dress on it, so I was happy to find that. Amazing Adventures, number 33, starring Killraven. Number 31. Oh, and this one's got something interesting in it, too. For the complete collectors out there, this is credited with the, if nobody knows or somebody doesn't know, with the first interracial kiss in comic books. Thought that was pretty cool. Grabbed it. Glad to put that in my collection. I'd like to get this whole run. Not bad condition. It does have a few creases in the bottom corner. Still happy to pick that up. Found Avengers 190. Now this is the direct edition. And in the late 70s, the direct editions were actually harder to find because there wasn't many comic shops. You had to go to a convenience store, bookstore, grocery store, any place that sold magazines. It's pretty much where you had to find your comic books. 184, first appearance, not first appearance, excuse me. The first, I think this is when the Falcon joins the Avengers. That's it. Falcon joins the Avengers. I'll get my brain right sooner or later. 183, Miss Marvel joins the Avengers. And all these are in nice high grade too. I mean, I was kind of shocked at some of the condition of these books at this place. I guess that's a plus for sure. This was a cool find. Comic Talk #1. It's got interviews of Sam Keith talking about the Max and when the Max was coming out and everything about it. It's like the whole book's like filled with the interview of Sam Keith. And this is credited with like the first frontal picture of Max, I guess. But it came out the same time Max #1, so I guess you can determine that. Superman 17, the second appearance of Silver Banshee. Love me some Silver Banshee. Flash 141, first appearance of Black Flash. This is the second one I found in like this past month. Both I think I picked up for under $2. Iron Man #76, Hulk fighting Iron Man. Love these hero on hero covers. This one here's, it's probably very good. It does have some creasing. It does have some spine ticks, but none of it affects the picture of the what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. I can't remember. The presentation. That's it. The presentation of the book. And a nice high-grade copy of 129, which is another direct edition. And this one here, I don't think this one has any spine ticks or anything on it. I mean, it's a pretty solid book. Maybe not a 9.8, but definitely in the 9 somewhere. Pretty solid book. All right, moving on. What's next? What do we got next? Unknown Soldier #216. Love these Bronze Age war books. 221, 222, 224, and 225. Nice high grade. All these I think are nice high grade, except maybe 224 isn't. It's got a few little things on it. Oh, this was a pleasant surprise. Check this out. Let me open this book up here. Definitely a cool surprise right here. Inspecting the condition when I got home, of course. Mark Jewelers. 4 out of the 5 of these Unknown Soldier books were Mark Jewelers. Super happy about that. I don't run into Mark Jewelers too much anymore. I don't know if anybody does really, so that was awesome to find. Adventures of Superman 508. Oh yeah. 509. This one was satisfying and disappointing at the same time. I've been looking for this cover. I finally found it. But you know how books get caught in the comic box when you're pulling books in and out? Well, this just so happened to get caught and it crunched the bottom of it. Happy to have it. Little disappointed about the condition because the rest of these are like in near mint. I mean, there could be a handful of these in 9.8, honestly. Adventures of Superman 511. Aquaman #7 and 24. Tide in Time #2 and 3. Well, they were in 9.8 till I just knocked them over. Now they're probably 5.0. Batman 503. I did catch them though, if any of y'all were worried about that. 504. A second 504. 505, 507, 508, 509. And what was cool about these is most of these I didn't have already. Probably more than half I didn't have. And if I did have them, these are probably in better condition than the ones I do have. Detective Comics 676. Justice League America 90. Superman 118. And then one I was super happy to find. DC versus Marvel Comics number 4, which is considered rare. When the list came out in 2017, this was listed as being one of the rare DCUs to find. Found it, paid $1, well, $2.20 for it. Actually $10, but when you put all the books together and split up the cost, it came out to $2.20. So I was super happy to find that. I wish they would come out with an updated list just to see if some of these are still rare, still ghost, still hard to find, that type thing. And then I think the best find, well, one of the best finds besides the DC versus Marvel Comics number 4, is this Superman number 1. This is the beginning, pretty much the beginning of the modern age. And I always pick these up. I probably have 3, maybe 4 copies of this. But I was there looking at it, inspecting it. If they're in high grade, I grab them. Usually find them in dollar bins. I was looking at them going, man, this thing is pretty nice. Looking at the back, pretty decent. Then I noticed a little bit, there's like a little indention right there and kind of a little thing right there. But when I opened it up, I was like, oh, how about that? How often do you find a double cover? That's why this one came home with me. That's why that's probably my favorite find out of this haul. So what do you think? Was it worth it? Should I go next year? Should I skip next year? I don't know yet. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Another note that I forgot to mention. It was advertised there was going to be more comic selling vendors there. And there was probably 5 or 6 maybe. 2 really good. They had Keys, Silver Age, ton of books. Little overpriced for me. But besides the 2, there was only, I think, 4 others maybe. So calculate that in your decision whether I should go back next year or I should skip it.